Welcome, everyone. This is Goddesses of Tarot, and I'm Nicole. I'm here to do a reading for the sign of Leo. I decided to have the cards turned over so you can get a visualization of the pictures on the back of each card. I was supposed to do this reading yesterday, but the energy of Mars retrograde is flowing heavily throughout the planet right now, and I'm not immune to it. Mars energy brings about people wanting to have disagreements, wanting to fight, wanting to have disputes that could otherwise be avoided sometimes. And I feel that with this being a Leo reading, Leo the line, it's very important that I mention that. Your first card is released. Number 17, Shaman, the song within, north wind, and the color is white. 17 is the birthday of my mother. She was very much Leo the lion. She wore white to church on a regular basis. And I have been dealing with childhood issues concerning my mother since her passing. I have accepted and released. I'm mentioning this because this may be something you're going through at this time. Childhood issues you may need to release. The death of a parent may be weighing heavily over you. You may need to release that energy. But there's something in your life you need to release. I recommend that you look up this number, the north wind, and the color white for its angel meanings. I can mention for myself that white means peace, patience. It's a very liberating card. White encompasses all colors. All colors come out of white, as we learned in school. And let's read the card. To end sorrow and pain, one must have a keen sense of awareness, a clear and simple mind. Simplicity requires a great deal of discipline, intelligence, and sensitivity. It is not an abstract item. The shaman must summon inner strength, not only of thought, but of the soul. He must surrender and open and release himself, as a cocoon must release the butterfly. Inspiration blows through you like the winds of creation, not blustering but soft, like the fluttering of butterfly wings on your cheek. As clouds part, the sun brings forth the wild sensuousness of earth, awakened and blustering with bloom. Opening the rich vitality of your inner heart, new vision bursts forth from your chest with clarity and an eagle's eye. Your soul knows the landscape of your destiny. Trust in this. Leo, you must trust that the universe is guiding you in the right way and that your soul knows which way to go. You have to be wise enough to follow it. Use your intelligence, use your intuition, know what's best for you, and have patience. As I mentioned, patience is represented by the color white, and you receive patience in your next card. The number 6, something greater. South wind, and the color is red. Live your life as a fearless warrior who sees the world as being much greater than yourself. Be humble and patient, having faith in something more. As a bird soars high above for greater vision, we too should attempt to soar and see the larger picture we are all part of. What can be greater than a winged one who flies thousands of miles a year in expression of its true nature? Would you go to the ends of the earth to find your true self? Imagine the courage and tenacity of that little beating heart, always in search of something greater, the purest nectar of the Great Spirit. Do you recognize this in yourself? Do you recognize that in yourself, Leo? Are you always in search of greater? Have you always been on the lookout for more? And your next card is the number 29, giveaway. You break it, you bought it. East wind, and the color is yellow. Very profound card. It says, for every action you take, there is a reaction, a cost. A cost that must be measured with balance and replacement. Where your world is concerned, the action must measure the fragility of the item and realization that there is only one unique and irreplaceable. When we are young, we often go to the big pawn shops in the sky. We trade something priceless for what we think we want. Years later, it's common to go back when we're desperately in need of what we gave away to see if we can get it back. But it was sold long ago and forever. We lose family, talents, loves, and ideas in this great exchange. We don't think about how selling out eventually breaks us into pieces. On the other hand, if what we sold could be redeemed, who would be the redeemer? If the cost is a broken you, is the redemption a restored you? Is it possible that you've been whole all along, but lack the loving eyes to see it? The reason I said that this card was very profound, especially for me in my life, and especially at the fact that I mentioned my mother in this reading, I've always found myself in pawn shops, pawning something to move forward, to get something else, to do something else. Sometimes in our life, we find ourselves exchanging things that we know we don't want to give up, but we want something else. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's bad. But my mother always told me to stay away from the pawn shops. She said the pawn shops would be the death of me. This may be a message that some of you can relate to, especially since I just went to the pawn shop yesterday and pawned my TV. It's a very profound message for me. And this reading was supposed to have been done yesterday. I highly suggest you, Leo, have patience with yourself in this season. Journal your thoughts, feelings before you take action. Avoid confrontation if you can. And, as my mother said, avoid the pawn shops altogether. I offer you peace, love, and light.